Hey everybody, this is Witch and welcome to Landmark, what I've learned so far. In this video series, I'm going to kind of go along with you as I learn things and show them off to you. So I'm going to start just with the beginning of the game. Landmark is a sandbox game, sort of like Minecraft, but a lot different, if that makes any sense. It's, right now there is a little PvP in the game they've added to it, but there's no monsters or anything like that, so right now we're just going to focus on actually building or just gathering resources and what you can do. So the first thing when you first spawn into a world, you will see you will usually you'll build your character first, then you'll choose a world, and a world is made up of a bunch of different islands. When you spawn in, you spawn to a certain island, usually a tier 1 island they call them, that has a certain level of resources, and you'll spawn in right near what they call a portal spire, which is this right here, and the portal is this big blue gem in the middle. And on this portal spire you'll have several different crafting stations that you have access to that are like public crafting stations. This one is a tinkerer's workshop, I believe, but let's see. You just have to left click it and it should come up. Yes, tinkerer's workshop. And on the left side here you'll have different things you can craft. And when you click on one, it will tell you what you need. So for example, to craft a claim flag, which is like the first thing you'll want to do, you need 300 copper ore, and on the top number says how many I have, and then you'll need 1 heartwood. So the first thing you'll want to do is kind of gather these things up, and you'll start with some kind of axe and pick. I have a founder's pickaxe which actually does both. You can mine ores with it and you can chop trees down with it, and that you get that with the founders pack if you pay the however much it is to get a founders pack. That gives you access to closed beta, which is what we're in right now. But there's a lot of other things you can do with the Tinkerer's Workshop, including crafting some different crafting stations if you want to have those in your claim instead of having to come back here the whole time. Another thing you probably want first is click here, utility, is a portal shard. That's really handy because if you craft one, you can just right click it to travel either to your claim or to the portal sphere really quickly. Now, like I said, you'll usually spawn in some kind of tier 1 island. This is mostly desert right here in the middle. If you click M, it'll bring up your map. And there I am, Witch, and you can see some builds nearby, and if you zoom out by, rolling back your wheel, you'll see more of the island you're on. Now, as you can see to the left there on that other smaller island is where my claim is currently. You can have more than one, but that's my claim right now. I'm going to probably make another one here just to show you how it works. So that's M. If you click this little show claimable land button here, all the red areas you cannot claim. So anything that is not red, you can put down a claim flag and claim your spot where you want to build, etc. So, as you go on, you'll want to build different things, and as you do, I just want to show you what this portal shard here does. Is one of the things on the sphere. Or not portal shard, but the portal here. You click it, just left click it, and you can choose a different world if you'd like. Right now we're on Courage, and the islands on Courage, which are right here. This is the ley line station. As you need more resources that aren't on the tier 1 island, you can go to tier 2 islands, tier 3, and tier 4, which will have different resources that you might need to build things. Either building materials or even your crafting stations and things like that. Or you can even change worlds if you want to over here. So we're going to leave that alone for right now, but when you do want to travel, you just have to left click that and select the world you want to go to. We're going to stay here. Right now we're on Courage, which you can see up here in the left corner. You can move this chat box down if you want to get out of your way, but it says Courage and the island is Bay, and it's tier 1 island. So, and this little box here shows you your chat, which may give you instructions about the game. And then loot, which is when you mine or chop down a tree or something, it'll tell you what you're getting. And combat, and I haven't used combat yet, so anyway, an escape will bring up your menu here, especially if you want to exit. So we looked at the Tinkerer's Station. There's also a little mailbox here, which you can also left click if you have messages. Sometimes they'll give you messages about the game and other things, so we're going to ignore that for now. This is the alchemy station. I haven't gotten to the point where I'm using this yet, but I'll definitely bring it in when I am. Actually, I think I might have made infused heartwood. So that's a rather early recipe, which you use heartwood and palm heart, and these are just things you get from different trees. So, but I'm going to leave that alone for now, and I'll come over here. This is another station. Woohoo! I haven't used. Let's see. I'm trying to move here. Now this is the station you get clothes from. Yeah, let's left click it. It's called the Outfitter's Table. And I haven't used it yet because I need a scythe to gather things like cotton and stuff, but I guess I don't need them for things like this bracelet, which gives you different effects and things like that. It says, yeah, you'll wield your harvesting tools faster and you'll shimmer. So, but there's different clothes here too that you can buy, but you need cotton, and to get cotton you need to be able to gather cotton, and to do that you need scythe, and that's one of the next things I'm going to be working on in my own game, but I'm going to show you some of the basics first. There's also a chest here, and this is, I think it says we don't have anything to be retrieved, but I think it's like if you lose your claim or something. No, that usually goes into your inventory. I'm still not sure, but there's stuff, like if you get a founder's pack or something, your stuff might be in there. I'm not sure. Or if you buy extra stuff out of the shop. And last but not least, because it's one of the earliest things you use, is the stone forge, where you can craft metal ingots out of your raw or elemental copper and other metals. And you can make things like picks, axes, sickles. Like I said, that's one of my next goals. A chest, or actually chest plate rather. So you have gears, weapons, when you're ready to go PvP, crafting components. Like you can craft coal here, for example, but you can also find that. Refining stations, like bigger, badder smelters and things like that. So, that is the portal sphere. But the first thing you'll probably want to do is explore a little bit and decide where you want to build. And as you go, let me show you the map again. I want to show you one other little feature. Now, so far, this doesn't seem to last from game to game. Like when you exit out and come back in, it doesn't seem to last. It's a rather new addition, but these waypoints, this little green arrow here is a waypoint, which I've added two, one for the portal sphere and one for my claim. And what you do to add one is you control click on the map, just like that, and you'll get a waypoint. And when you get out of it, you can see the little green triangles on your map. This is this portal sphere right here, so it's really close, and then the closer one is the one I just made, and the other one is to my current claim. Now I'm going to check my inventory, and you can do that by either clicking on this little backpack here or clicking I. And I'll show you what's in your backpack. I already have a claim flag, so I'm not going to make another one. And I also have two portal shards. So we're going to explore by running back to near where my claim is now, and I'm going to try to make another claim nearby to show you how to do it. Now, as you go along, this is a tier 1 island, so one thing you'll see plenty of on the surface is copper. And the copper is all these orange spots. So you can take a pickaxe or your founder's pickaxe and go to town on it, and I'll show you how to do that real quick. Now, and I'll show you this how to see how much you have too. Okay, there's our little first thing of copper. If you want to get a little closer, you can roll your mouse down. Now this looks like agate, which is also a good thing because you need it for your portal shards, these things right here in my 9th little slot there. But often agate is near copper veins, so I can either use my iron pick, which I crafted earlier, or my founder's pickaxe. Also, this is what I first started out, which was just a stone pick. There we go. That's the first one I had, and it works on copper too. But the thing is about the Founder's Pick is a lot faster, and so that is my preference right now. The Iron Pick is good, and it can mine some things that the Founder's Pick can't. But it is, it's not quite as fast from what you can look at it here at the, let's see, if you kind of click on it, let me see. Well, the Iron Pick, it says it has 59 harvesting speed, 65 harvesting size, and let's look at the, is my Founder's Pick here? Doesn't show up there. I don't see it anyway. If I click it and drag it back into my inventory, though, I can look at it. Well, I can't do that because it's in my hand. Okay, let's see. If I hit escape, it'll put it back into my backpack, I think. Come on, come on. Do what you're supposed to. Click I. I'm going to drag it back into my inventory so I can take a look at it. Is it going to work? No, it doesn't want to behave. Anyway. See, it's showing me everything else. Like my tin axe is in there. My Iron Pick. I wonder if I'm just missing it. Yeah, it doesn't want to behave. But that'll show you kind of, and it also tells you what you can mine. Like the Iron Pick says you can mine tungsten, silver, topaz, amethyst, marble, and amaranthine, as well as all gems and metals of a lower tier. And it says its mining tier is 3. So, okay, so let's go ahead and mine some of this agate. And what you do is you just left click on the ground with your axe, and it'll go down. It's a little quiet. My the one thing about this game is a little slow. I've had to do some modifications, not just on the game settings, but my video card for it. It's really a memory hog, and I need more memory. So, but it's still, once I got those modifications done, it became bearable. At first, it really was too slow to be even bearable. So, okay, and what you need to do though is kind of jump down in the hole and mine every little bit, because it might be connected to a vein of copper. And sure enough, yeah, that is. That the yellow stuff is agate right there, but the orange is copper. And you'll find that's common with other ores in the game too. But just follow it down. When you see the blue circle, you can mine from where you're standing. When it turns red, it means you're a little too far away. So I'm going to jump, I'm going to kind of move around and jump down in and mine as much as I can. And the important thing about copper is that when you make a claim, you have to actually pay upkeep on it. And the upkeep currency is copper. So, and it's also used for a lot of crafting. So I'm going to get all this agate. And I'm just going to do one little bit of it here, because you can spend a lot of time mining in this game. It's a lot of work. And so I'm not going to spend all the time on camera doing it. I'm just going to show you some of the basics. Now see, there's a little bit more. And if you leave an area and you miss some of it, then it will kind of, you'll see a little treasure chest pop up, and it'll kind of float behind you, and that means you left something behind. Now I'm going to look around. I'm just going to look all around, and I don't see anything, so I'm going to kind of just jump out of here. Find my way out. There we are, back to the surface. And I can see my waypoints. Now this is the way to my claim, but I'm going to look down, make sure I don't fall in the hole. Okay. Put my pickaxe away by hitting escape. And one thing I do want to point out to you real quick, if you don't know how to move in this game or things like that, you can hit this little question mark down here at the bottom. It'll bring up this help menu, and there's some great getting started tips right here. Some little tutorials. Loading, loading, loading. And it gives you directions on how to move and things like that, although the shortcuts are not very intuitive, so you gotta have to learn as you go along. So, but this is the different things, like how to move, what's in the game, how to pay for your claim, things like that. We'll go over some of this as we go along, but that's a good thing to look at when you first get in the game. And there's also the tech tree, building tips, resources guide, different things like that. So we are going to head back, like I said, to my claim. I'll show you how to chop down a tree too while we're on our way. Now things like this, these rocks sitting above the ground, are actually considered decorations, so you can't actually mine them, but the rock that's in the ground like this right here, you can. And when you mine copper and things like that, you will sometimes get stone, but you can just mine stone just from the ground, just like that. And this gray stuff you'll see is stone. The little bags can be a special kind of dirt, or they can be coal sometimes, so that's what they are. If you look in your inventory, if you click this little grid here, this just shows you actually the resources you've gathered. As you can see, I've done quite a bit, although I still have lots to do, and I haven't gotten any plants yet because I don't have a scythe. But if you go down here, these little bags, see, one is coal, and the other kind is called Essence of Earth. So, and it's a common or rare resource, it says. So there's different things you can gather. So I don't even remember getting these idle fragments, but obviously I did. So at some point. And rune stones. So yeah, different things. Some of those I might have gotten without even realizing it. So if you have a pick, the founder's pick or an axe in your hand, whenever you pass over like a tree, it will kind of light up orange around it. So let me get at the right spot so I can see where I am. You gotta get up close enough to it, but not too close. And you left click on it. If you hear it start chopping, then you're in the right place. Sometimes you've got to move a little bit forward or back. Now when you see just the plain wood logs, they'll fly into your inventory. If they're green, they're heartwood, which you need for certain recipes. And heartwood is important for, like, I think you need it for your portal shards, or I forget, but it's important to get. But that's why it's important, like, to finish mining a tree. You don't have to, but if you do, you're more likely to get heartwood because it's usually the last thing to come. Now, another handy thing to make here is on my number 3 hotbar here is a grappling hook, which we might use to go over that mountain. But to use it, you have to activate it by hitting your slot there that it's in. And when you do, that little purple box with the Q comes up. And the Q is how you actually activate your grappling hook. But right now, it's ready to go. So as you can see, you might, if you're exploring first when you're deciding where to put your claim, you know, go ahead and mine some trees, get some copper, because this, like I said, in this game, you need to mine a lot before you have enough, like, to build a house or anything, or even just a little hut. you need to mine a lot. That's what I have found. Now, I could go around this mountain, but why would we do that when we can use the grappling hook to go over it? Just for fun. So, and you can die in this game, but your character is pretty adaptable. They can jump. They can kind of skid down the side. I've only died like twice, and it's been by accident. But another thing is, with these waypoints, you can see the beacon way up into the sky. This green light is a beacon that comes out of your waypoint. But like I said, when I exited last time, it did not save my waypoints, and so I'm not sure if they're designed to stay or not. So, but at least they help you travel in the meantime. It does help a lot. It's easy to get lost, even with the map and the little compass in the corner. So, you know, the funny thing is this IRL, I'm pretty good with directions, but in games, I get lost all the time. It's pretty funny. So, to activate our little grappling hook, you just hit Q, and it can't go too far up, so you'll kind of lose it, and it, like, takes a second. There's like a resting between, and when it goes purple again, or bright purple, you can use it. You just keep making your way up. It's a little shaky there. It doesn't like me being so close, I think. So here we go. We're almost at the top. And when you want to get off the hook, just hit your space bar. You might fall a little bit, so be sure you don't fall too far. And then start walking again. We are up high. I'm afraid I'm going to go tumbling off here somewhere. Let's see where we are and where my waypoint is at. Yeah, we're definitely going toward the ocean because my claim is on a little island there. So here we are, way up here. Now you're going to get to see some tricks, I think, as we go down this hill. You'll see me slide sideways. Yeah, and then this is really steep. I'm afraid I'm going to fall to my death here. But you can also do some neat, if you hit the space bar, you might, let me see if it'll work here. It doesn't want to, it just wants to slide. This right now it's just jumping, but sometimes she does little flips and stuff, so I can never figure out when it's going to work. So, whoa. There we go. Okay, so let's find my waypoint, make sure I'm going in the right direction. It's that little 14, we're at 1,476 meters now. And we'll keep heading and try to get in the right direction. We're more than halfway there, and like I said, go ahead and stop and get the copper and stuff like that, especially in your first journey, so that you're ready to at least pay an upkeep of at least a day on your claim to start with. Because if you don't pay your upkeep, you lose your claim and everything in it. No, not everything in it, actually. You lose your claim, but the stuff you've built or the materials you built with will go back into your inventory, and they'll save whatever buildings you have as a little template, so if you need to build them somewhere else later, you can. But you have to kind of get in there and get them out as soon as you're there. This is not the most efficient way to travel up and down mountains, but it's kind of fun. Okay, see, there's my island. I can see it. It's kind of a steep mountainy island too, so I'm going to head down here. Like I said, I've shown you the basics of getting resources, so you can get rocks and dirt. All those, and dirt, don't think it's like good for nothing, because you can build a lot of stuff out of dirt with this game. And like you can use grass to make, or dirt to make grass and just dirt, but you can also use it to make stucco and different things like that, which are good for building. So don't think it's worthless. Go ahead and gather some of that dirt. Wood seems to be the hardest to get, like, you know, to get enough of, in my estimation. You can even use copper and other things. There, we did a flip. You can even use copper and things like that for building, although I tend to right now save my copper to pay my upkeep on my claim. So, and I will show you how to do that before we get off. Now I'm going to take a little swim, which is a fun thing about this character. I don't know why I get such a kick out of it, but in this game I love swimming. So you just jump right in as if you're walking, and you keep using your WASD to move, and just let you swim, and you can jump while you're swimming. And you can move your cursor up and down to get different views, either under or on top of the water. I'm going to come around the back of my island, because that's where I know my claim is, and I'm going to try to make a claim right nearby where I have my other claim, so I can kind of expand my area. And plus I can show you what I've been working on so far. I've been playing this game off and on for a little while, just kind of getting the hang of it before I felt comfortable making any kind of instructional videos. But I am by no means claim to be any kind of expert. I'm just going to show you, like, do a few videos and show you what I've learned so far. And then later on, when I learn more, I'll do a couple more. You know, we'll just see how it goes. And that's all depending on if my computer is going to behave. Because I said this game is kind of a memory hog, so. I think a lot of people like to build close to the portal sphere, because that way they don't have to build as much and they have easy access to the forge and things like that. So we'll go up there. See that green beacon in the sky is where my waypoint is. As I said, that's a relatively recent addition. And this little grid in the sky, you see right here, is my claim. And as soon as I enter it, like officially cross that line, it will say, there we are, Xander Witch's Island. That's what I named this claim. And this little check mark means that my boundaries are shown, that I can see them easily. So right now I haven't even built a house. You can see that. I'm just messing around here. I did build a forge. I did build a tinkerer's workshop, so at least I can make ingots and things like that here. And I've been messing on building a curved wall here. So you can see that. I was so happy with myself that I built that. So okay, so let's make a claim. Let's look at our map. Hit M to look at your map. Come on, map please, map please. There we go. And it shows you that I think there's a special command, like for building. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try to claim right next to my own and see what happens. And if it doesn't work, we'll just go over up to the top of this island and claim up there where there's a little space. Because I think you can connect your own claims. I just think there may be a special way of doing it. But let's see. But what I'm going to do is go outside the square that I already have. Which side? I think I'll go this way. Am I outside yet? It's hard to tell. Okay. Yeah, I think I am outside. I see the square, or the box there. So I'll go over this way just a little bit. Okay, now what you need to do is hit your inventory, which is I, or like I said, the little backpack. Right click your claim flag. Now, it says that I cannot claim here, or at least you see how it's red, but I'm going to see if it'll let me anyway since it's my claim. Yeah, I think there is a special thing to do, but look, I guess that's too far away, so we'll have to travel a little bit, and I'm going to have to look up the directions for connecting two of your claims. I forget how. I know there's something about it, but... So I'm going to run a little bit north here. It's invalid, yes. You can see the little chat box told me my land claim location was invalid, so I'm going to go here a little north. And we'll build another claim over here. So I'm going to hit I again. Hit my claim flag, right click. Okay, hopefully I'm close enough. Let's see. I'm going to try an area without a lot of trees and just left click there. Okay. Now it tells you that each claim you stake increases your upkeep rate. Each claim is 300 copper a day. And I've got one, and now I've added another, so now I have to pay 600 a day. And you got to confirm your claim by hitting confirm. Yeah, that was a scary kind of noise. Okay, so you can see the little outline of my claim. It seems like I built it down into the ground almost. So you can go in here, and where am I? Oh, I see. It's over there. That's why it looks like it's in the ground, because it's actually a little over the hill. So there's my claim. Like I said, I didn't... The one thing I've noticed is that if you have a tree inside your claim, now is that... I'm trying to see where the line is. I don't have any in. But if inside your claim, it's kind of considered a prop, so you can't really harvest it. Okay, there's my claim. Xanderwich's claim number 2. So, you can... The way to rename it is to hit U, which shows you your upkeep. Now let me see. No. It's not behaving. Okay, let's go in here. Okay, now we're inside. Okay, let's hit U. Okay. There's Xanderwich's Island. Xanderwich's claim number 2, which I'll click on that. Come on. Hello. Okay, you can take a picture of it by hitting here, so it gives you a little screenshot. You can... Okay, there. Now when it... So finally highlighted here. You can click in that box, and I'm going to say Island 2. And then save. And here is where you can pay for your upkeep. Now I currently have already put some money in the bank, and it says my claims are good until November 12th, which is right now, 2 days from now. If I want, I can pay for a couple more days. If I hit 3 days, is 1800 copper. Down here I have my copper highlighted, so I see that I have 3200, so I have plenty to pay for 3 days. So I'm going to go ahead and pay that by clicking copper. Okay, so now I'm good until the 15th. Okay, so I guess they want the stuff to stay, open and free if nobody's using it. So we have our claim. It's got a beautiful beachfront view, just like the other one. I like that. And in the next episode, I'll be showing you some basic tools for clearing your land and making your first building, just something basic to get started. So we'll see you next time, and thanks for watching. Bye-bye.